It's been a while since I've done one of these, but welcome back everyone to the How to Deck Build series. Now, what I have is a wheel of decks that I put up, and whatever I get, I have to build. So let's get right into it, and let's see what we roll. And I did add a few new decks to the wheel, so there's more to do. And we have Blue Eyes. Blue Eyes is actually interesting because they just got brand new support. So let's take a look at what we can do with it. So Blue Eyes is an interesting series because of how many cards it has, which is around, I don't know, like 40, more so, quite a bit of reprints or alt arts of the Blue Eyes, but overall, I'm happy that I got a dragon deck out of the way, and let's just get to what I know off the top of my head, and we're gonna put everything at max for now because it's better to do it that way. So you what I usually do whenever I do a build is I just max out everything, then read the cards. But since we have to do a little more here and there, we're definitely gonna have to use some resources. So obviously I know that Blue Eyes White Dragon is a staple, along with Double Alternative, and I'm not too sure about the new one, but that's one thing that we're gonna keep an eye out on. So I'm just gonna put the new one in the side deck, along with pretty much a lot of the new cards. So Tyrande, I know that this is gonna be a 3 of because if you control a Blue Eyes monster, you can choose the attack of your opponent's attacks. Also, you can send one Blue Eyes White Dragon from your hand or deck to the graveyard, special summon this card from your hand. You can discard a Blue Eyes White Dragon or one card that specifically lists it to target a Blue Eyes in your graveyard and special summon it. This card is an instant 3 of, along with a Blue Eyes Abyss Dragon, because this card's also pretty good, since you can pair it with Tyrant of D, so you can add a ritual spell or a polymerization from your deck to your hand, which is quite nice. Other Blue Eyes cards that we can run are things like White Stone of Ancients, because this card's very good since it gets out some of your Blue Eyes cards at the end of the turn, along with one White Stone of Ancient and triple Sage, because Sage gets you your Blue Eyes monster from your deck. After that, there isn't really much that we can go for. I'm gonna put some Dragon Spirits of the White in the extra deck, just because. Now for the fusion monsters, you're going to need the Blue Eyes Alternative Ultimate Dragon, because this card's brutally broken, next to Blue Eyes Tyrant Dragon, because this is the one card that you're going to be summoning 9 times out of 10. We're not going to be focusing on the ritual variant, but we're going to be adding a Dragon Spirit of White. I really wish that Azure Eyes Silver Dragon was in here as well. So other cards that we're going to be running, the staple triple Bingo Machine Go, and we also have the Apparition with Eyes of Blue that we can run, because this is actually a very good card, as it reveals a Blue Eyes in your hand. Special summon one monster from your hand. Once per turn, you can target one face-up monster your opponent or you control. Return that face-up card or monster to the hand and apply one of these, depending on its name. If it was Blue Eyes, you special summon a monster from your hand. Otherwise, special summon one Blue Eyes monster from your hand. So no matter what, you're getting a Blue Eyes out on the field, which is actually quite nice. Other cards that we can run are things like Destined Rival, because this is a Dark Rule and no more, but it's more so a trap card for it. And then True Light as a 1-up, since it's just the Eternal Soul for Blue Eyes, which is very interesting. Other things we can do are things like Ultimate Fusion, but we're not really going to be needing that, since we're going to be doing other ways of fusion summoning, because I believe it is one of the cards that we have in here, unless if it's something else for later on. But let's get to the supporting cards that we have. So one of the first things that is instantly in the deck is Chaos Dragon Levianeer, because we're running lights and darks and an extender, so we can get both of the effects if need be. After that, we can also run a Galactic Spiral Dragon, because this is an extender, since we can actually send it to the... We can send a Blue Eyes from our deck to the graveyard, special summon this card from your hand, or we could just discard this off of things like a trade-in. More so, this is going to be in the graveyard or hand. We could just special summon it whenever we need, so we can go into a rank 8 if we need to. So, what are some other cards we can run? We have something like Nebula Dragon. As your whole deck is pretty much level 8s, you reveal this in a level 8 dragon in your hand, special summon both in defense, but negate their effects. Also, you cannot normal summon or special summon monsters for the rest of this turn except light or dark dragon monsters. That's pretty much your whole entire deck. You can banish the card from your graveyard, then target one level 4 or lower light, or one level 4 light or dark dragon monster in your graveyard added to your hand, and that is pretty much where your stone, where something else has to come in if you run the baby chaos dragons. So I feel like this is going to be a 2-of, because we don't want to brick into it, even though at 3 it isn't a brick. I still would rather run 2. After that, we're going to need things like Return of the Dragon Lords, because this is a monster born for the deck, and it's not once per turn. We can also run something like Trade-In, because discard fodder is amazing, and we can get our Blue Eyes to the graveyard pretty fast. Dragon Shrine is another card that we're going to be running at 2, because we can deck Thin by 2 every time that we activate it. And Melody of the Awakening Dragon, because the reason why it is a 2 for 2, and it searches out pretty much your whole entire deck, which is quite insane. It searches everything from Galactic Spiral all the way to Blue Eyes. Next, we're going to need something like Called by the Grave, because it's a great 1-of. And other limited cards you can run are things like, you could run the 1-for-1, or you can run a Feather Duster. And might as well, another one that you can run, which is a very good, powerful staple, is a Foolish Burial. Now, let's get to the extra decks. So, Baroness de Fleur we can run, because we can use Azure Eye Silver Dragon, or our Blue Eye Spirit Dragon, since it just takes a tuner, one or more non-tuners, and these 2 are tuners that we can grab back. After that, we can run something like a Formula Synchron if we wanted to, but let's get some Galaxy Eyes extra deck monsters. So the cards we're going to need are things like Cypher Blade Dragon, Galaxy Full Armored, and the other ciphers. So we have, going into Cypher, detached, pop a card, then you go into the Full Armor to pop another card, and then you can go into this to pop another card. So you're popping 3 cards, unless this, yeah, go up to pop for 3 cards, which is pretty powerful. Now, other things we can run. Number 90. We're on the same page, but that can go there, and Dingrisu, because those are great options. And since we're running Erratic Seal, since we're running dragons, we're going to be running double Erratic Seal, also with the Link Karibo. Next, finally after that, we can also do a Hulk combo, but that's more going to go towards an Access Code Talker if we want to, or we can just do a Boral Sword Dragon, because that is dark. So, overall, this is what we have, and am I going to make a couple minor changes? That's a very good question, am I? Because final changes are usually about here. So let's see what we can do. We can definitely run other things, but I feel like we can get away with a couple of these ratios being different. So I feel like Nebula Dragon is correct, Tyrant of D is correct, and a lot of these are correct. But the ones that I am a little worried about are things like the Dragon Shrines, because we really don't need them anymore since we have Tyrant of D. So I think I'm going to cut those and add one of the lovely Blue Eyes Jet Dragon, because if you guys don't know what this does, other cards you control cannot be destroyed by your opponent's card effects. You can only use each effect of Jet Dragon once per turn and activate them while Blue Eyes White Dragon is on your field. If a card on your field is destroyed by battle card effect, you can special summon this card from your graveyard. If it was there when it was destroyed or hand, at the start of the damage step, if this card battles, you can target one card your opponent controls and destroy it. So it's a very good card, but also you have to be very wary of it. Outside of that, that's pretty much really it. And one of the nice things about the Tyrant Dragon and Alternative Dragon, the Tyrant Dragon says, oh, I could just tribute a Blue Eyes equipped with a fusion monster, which is very easy to do. But I feel like Ultimate Fusion might be a good play, even though that we might have other things that we could do. So I'm just going to put in one of the Ultimate Fusions, and let's get to a test hand, because I've spent too long on building the deck. So we open up a Deep Eyes and an alternative, so we're going to activate the trade and discarding the alternative, and we get Melody of the Awakening Dragons. We're going to discard the Deep Eyes Blue and search out a alternative and a Blue Eyes White Dragon. We're going to special summon the alternative dragon to summon it out. Then we can activate our lovely Deep Eyes of Blue. So this can get us into, we're going to be banishing it. And during your end phase, you can add, let's see, it goes during end phase, blah, blah, blah. We can banish it, and that gains attack, but we're going to activate this to summon up the Tyrant Burst Dragon, using monsters in our graveyard and the Blue Eyes in our hand to summon out Tyrant. After that, we're going to special summon up into a Heretic Seal, or we can really go anything, but that wasn't a really good start. Now, this hand on the other side, it is way better, because we're going to discard the White Dragon, grab our two lovely friends here, and we get the White Stone Legend Search, which is absolutely fine. And then we could go activating the affected Tyrant and sending our Blue Eyes White Dragon to summon out the Tyrant to D. And you can send one Blue Eyes White Dragon from your hand or deck, special summon this card from your hand, discard a Blue Eyes, or one that does anything, but we're going to activate Foolish Burial first to send our Deep Eyes of Blue. Activating our Tyrant to D, discarding Blue Eyes White Dragon, summon out the Deep Eyes of Blue. And we're going to add a ritual spell or one polymerase. We don't have that. Do not have that. That's fine for now, because it's just an extender, because we're going to special summon out our Blue Eyes Alternative Dragon. After that, we're going to go into a Heretic Seal. Then we're going to special summon Chaos Dragon Levineer by banishing our three lovely friends. And this gets us in a revive, which is actually quite nice, and we're going to special out the Blue Eyes White Dragon. Then we can go up into something like a Photon Lord, Dingrisu. I think Photon Lord is going to be the best. So that's really the end of that board. But if we were going to be running something to search off of Deep Eyes of Blue, we would be going for like a polymerization or a ritual spell, depending on really the build that we want. But I feel like this is going to be the final build. So Ultimate Fusion is just going to be there for now as a placeholder, as you guys can critique my deck, and I'll take all the feedback that I can. But anyways, I've been Bolt Spider. I hope you guys did enjoy, but anyways, see you guys in the next video.